Yeah. Yes. Yes. Up off net. Up off net. Won't you believe my neighbor? Oops. Won't you believe? Could you please sing it with me? Believe, believe, believe. My neighbor. Hi, neighbor. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz Adult. All right, man. Look at who we have here. My man DL3. What's going on with you? Carl Marlowe. What's going on with you? Alex. Whoops. All right, man. Look, first, I want to say this. Yeah! Hit the Tyson bell. For us in this community, the countdown. Tyson the Gypsy King Fury versus Anthony AJ has started for us. And that's the Black Toujours. What's going on with you? So yeah, I've been really I was gone what was that? Sunday, Monday, really working on trying to get all this together. And really it's not done. There's going to be a focusing issue with the camera. You probably noticed it already. There's going to be things going on. I have to work on it, but we have to go to work. Hit the Tyson bell. Let's see how many of you guys in here. I want to see how fast this chat is moving too. With the whole 4K thing. How's everything looking? Is everything looking good? Is it grainy or is it good? Hi, B has actually got the YouTube notification for one. Hit the Tyson bell on that one. Let me see. Ali and Shields. Were to step in the ring. Who you got? As of right now, I got Layla. I just thought Layla was nasty. Looking great, Biz. Thank you. Hell yeah, Biz. Okay, looks amazing. Okay. And I want to make sure that I'm actually responding to you guys in the right amount of time. When you have something that's very high definition, man, sometimes the chats can come later. I'm like, nobody's talking. All right, let's move on. And then all the chats will fly through. So let me make sure I got you guys. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little late, I think. Yeah, it's a little late. That's okay. Morning, Biz. What's going on, Tyler? What's going on with you? All right, man. So this is how we're going to do it. How many people in here? Everybody hit the like. Actually, let me hit the like button while you're playing around. Okay, now I'm ready. All right, man. Look, we're going to do it like this. Let's go through what we're going to cover today. First, we're going to cover Twitter. And really, man, it's a segment. We need it. With Twitter fingers, we got a few announcements real quick. Tony Harrison versus Brian Perella, April 17th on the PBC. That's this weekend. We'll see what we can do about that. Boo Boo Andrade. He finally got a fight, versus Liam Williams, April 17th, this weekend on the Zone. Let's see what we can do about that. What else we got? Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. You know what? I really got to cover that. That's April 17th. I'm covering that. I'm going live there. And I want to say this, though, about that. I got Jake Paul, and that's the Black Two Sugars, bro. The more and more, did you see Ben Askren? You see his hands? Did you see him working? Oh, my goodness. I was, if you call that work, yeah, if this was a fight, I got Ben Askren. Too bad there's only one fighter, but it's a boxing match. Hit the Tyson bell. What else we got? Ryan Garcia versus Fortuna, July 9th. That's one hell of a fight. I almost don't know who I'm calling for that one. That's a close fight, and much love to Javier Fortuna. I mean, this guy, he really deserves it. So to finally get that, fight with Ryan Garcia, that's tremendous. That's beautiful. What else we got? Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor, which may be called off according to Twitter fingers. That's July 11th. UFC 264. Yeah, Ben needs some help. Rumored Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano for Undisputed. And Errol the True Spence versus Ugas on the same card. They're talking about June or July, AT&T Stadium in Texas. that sounds like one hell of a card. They're saying that Errol Spence may be the undercard for that one against Ugas. Makes sense to me since Jermell Charlo would be undisputed and should be, and a top 10 pound for pound fighter. Okay, both of those boys are. Evander the Real Deal Holyfield has signed with Triller and scheduled to fight Kevin McBride. That's hilarious. On the undercard, Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos June 5th. Hit the Tyson bell for that one. That's something to have Evander Holyfield. I mean, that is strategically placed to fight McBride. You know, Kevin McBride. You remember what he did with Tyson, sending Tyson on his way. That was strategic. Evander Holyfield taking on McBride come June 5th. And I wanted him to get his hands moist. Okay, I want not his hands wet. Hold on. There's a lot of pause on that. I wanted him to fight, get a fight in. Because we all know Tyson did. Devin Haney, he broke the nose of his sparring partner in preparation of Jorge Linares. He's hitting hard, but I always thought Devin Haney was a big guy who had accuracy and speed. I never saw him as a sus, bro. Feet wet. Let's move on. I never thought Devin Haney was somebody, you know, I thought he could punch through a wet paper bag. I mean, I always thought he was a good puncher. He had knockout of the year, like 2019. But yeah, some injury, shoulder injury, hand injury against Gamble. Plus, Gamble was there to survive, but he's hitting hard. Makes sense to me. Teddy Atlas, we have to talk about this, says Manny Pacquiao will retire after getting smashed by Terrence Bud Crawford. He didn't say getting smashed, but pretty much Terrence Crawford going to send him on his way. I don't care. I mean, look, I don't care. Number one, Teddy Atlas, he always hated Manny Pacquiao. He's a hater of Manny Pacquiao. That is noted. We all got that. We all understand that. But yeah, I think Terrence Crawford going to have Manny Pacquiao. So I'm inspired anyway. Manny Pacquiao taking him on. That's boxing for me. I get something out of it just by taking him on. And if he goes down swinging, that lets me know how I should go after my goals. I should keep swinging. And if you knock me down, hell, you just knocked me down. Hit the Tyson bell. I don't care how old I am. And Anthony AJ Joshua versus Tyson Gypsy King Fury. Let's start with Twitter fingers. A new member, boy. Let's start with Twitter fingers real quick. Let's blow through that because I'm not feeling like the Twitter fingers. Jermell Charlo, he said, ain't shit popping right now. Talks will happen eventually, but whoever told y'all we negotiating was clout chasing. Okay, well, I was happy until that. We relevant. So, of course, it will catch a wave, but I'll keep y'all updated on me. This is all in caps. Don't listen to none of them hating ass media. Okay, all right, I can't read this. This is a family show. What else we got? Will, what's going on with you? Thanks for Jaime Munguia will be having his third fight as 160 this month. Is it this month? Ranked first in WBC and WBO, Andre and Charlo. If he doesn't challenge one of them for a title next, when do we start considering it a duck? I mean, Jaime Munguia is actually, I like him, but he hasn't shown to be on that level. All right, that he'll just be thrown in there to get ass whipped. All right, but I mean, I wouldn't consider it a duck if he needs to be prepared more to be in a position to win the fight. But if he just takes him on, I think that's goals, right? I mean, go ahead and get it. But I don't think Jaime Munguia could. But I would like for him. I mean, that'd be nice if he did challenge them. I don't think Virgil Ortiz is ready for Terrence Crawford either. But he went for it. I don't think Boots is ready for Errol the True Spence. But he mentioned him. Hit the Tyson bell. So, I mean, hell, throw yourself in there. What else we got? The quote, what did Clarissa Shields say? Eddie can say what he wants. He know he get the money right back. Get the money right. That the great white hope will be no. Oh, my goodness. Talking about Savannah Marshall. Clarissa. Well, hey, she took she's the bad guy immediately. She took the bad guy role, and I think it's due to the trolling. So she She's the bad guy immediately. Right at that point, when she pulled the race card, she's a bad guy. Let's see what else she has to say. It's easy to call yourself a KO artist when you are fighting people with losing records and giving opponents a 1 week notice, 3-day notice. I'm happy with being 11-0 and 2 KOs because I KO'd a undefeated 17-0 world champion, and everyone else were skilled champs who had winning records. Okay. I mean, so you're not a KO artist. But with that said, Clarissa Shields, I'm not sure what Savannah is really saying for Clarissa to really be going this hard. I think Clarissa is really going after everybody who's trolling her, and is bringing a lot of Clarissa Shields. And okay, fine. That's her attitude. Good. As long as I see a fight. Clarissa also says, someone said, Sky Sports said, we definitely want to get the fight done. Clarissa Shields says, don't believe the hype and believe the facts. I'll F Marshall up, just not for free. It's a business. I'm about my money and about belts. All right, so let's yeah. Okay. I just want that's my problem with Twitter fingers. I just want to see the fight. All right. So let me see what else we got on Twitter fingers, and then we could just move on to the main topic. I want to talk Fury versus Joshua so badly. I'm just flying through this. Conor McGregor, he says, you're ripped, you inbred hillbilly. What happened? Oh, so this is in response to Dustin Poirier talking about how Conor McGregor didn't do the charity thing. He said, you're effing brain dead hillbilly, 500K with no plan in place. Yay, hang tight, fool. You must be new money. The fight is off, by the way. I'm going to fight someone else on the 10th. Good luck on your old contract, kid. Okay. They were going back and forth. I just read the last one because Conor McGregor said it's a donation, not a debt. Dustin Poirier said, yeah, it's not a debt, but you didn't hold true to your word. They're going back and forth, and now Conor McGregor saying that the fight is off. Yeah. You asked for the donation. The fight. Let me tell you how I'm feeling right now. Let me tell you how I'm feeling. Conor McGregor, one of my favorite fighters of all time, and at this point, his stock is going down for me. All right. I mean, don't say the fight is off. I mean, you're in no position right now. Well, not for us fans. How many UFC fans? I mean, for us, Khabib Nurmagomedov made you apologize. Hit the Tyson bell. Dustin Poirier, you forgot how to check leg kicks, and you were fighting too heavy on your front foot, and you forgot how to be that mixed martial artist you once were, and now you're like, the fight. At this point, come on, Conor. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What's good, bro? Chicho. Sorry, I've been absent. Life has been happening, but all good. Man, I got you, DJ, for real. I know you understand, but yeah, I just said it, and you know how I think. Man, this blurriness is killing me. Everyone jab the like button. Hashtag unbiased ShowBizz. Hit the Tyson bell. Maybe I moved my head too much. I'll fix this. I'll fix the autofocus. Biz, thoughts on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Anderson Silva, June 19th, 180 pounds in Mexico. Keep up the hard work. 2021, the year of showbiz entertainment. I have very little respect as a fighter. I don't know him as a man for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., so I'll be rooting for Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, he's just, I saw Chuck Liddell in the Triller trailer. Okay, Chuck Liddell looked like he's going to be on Triller somehow. Maybe, hopefully not fighting. It's one of those things where, I don't know. What is this, a circus act with Julio Cesar? Punch him in his nose. Anderson, punch him in his nose. I'm not really that hyped for the fight. Anderson's just somebody just trying to stay out there, man. You know what I mean? And Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is just, his father was such a legend. That was such a high bar. It just makes things just more ridiculous that he's a quitter and all those things. All right, man, look, let's see what you guys got to say. He's done. He's finished. Never been a fan of Conor McGregor. Love the energy on the show. Thank you so much. Biz Chavez Jr. was off the booger in their interview in the interview recently. Oh, Lord. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. making his ring walk in high heels. Brother, that was the funniest thing I ever heard. Let me see. A $1 trillion dream, Wilder versus White. Let me tell you something about $1 trillion dream. All we do, we sit here and we disagree all the time. And he comes back and he makes solid points and he disagree and he make points. You know, you gotta love him. You should make a parody video of how Conor acting. I've seen you make parodies for fighters who did much less. Yeah, but you seen me make parody of fighters a long time ago when that was what I was doing. Not the fact that I made parodies of people who did far less. I don't do parodies anymore. Okay, I would have done a parody of Deontay the Brahma Wilder egg-shaped form. You know, if I was doing, you know, that's a prime parody. Okay, you know, I would have been doing parodies. Okay, of egg-shaped form. Oh my God! To this day, I mean, I would have I would have came up with. Let me tell you a parody I had in mind. Okay, I was going to do Minister Society. You know when my man said, you know, he done fucked up, right? Dang, I said that for it. You know you done effed up, right? Remember when he said that? See, I was going to do this parody I had in my mind where Conor McGregor, where Deontay Wilder comes up with an excuse. Okay, he says it was the water, and then he said, "You sure it's the water that caused you to be TKO?" Yeah, I'm sure it was the water from Mark Breland. Are you sure? And then he eventually says, you know, I got an autopsy. You know, he done effed up, right? You said before that it was the water from Mark Breland. You know, he done effed up, right? I was going to do that, have my legs crossed and everything, but I just didn't do it. So let me see. Anderson Silva is great. Okay, let's talk about what we wanted to talk about. How many of you guys feel that the fight is going to happen? Tyson Fury versus Anthony AJ Joshua. For me, the fight is done. I'm just waiting for y'all to catch up. For me, the fight is done. I'm just waiting for y'all to catch up. Yes, the fight is done. Me, yes. Yep, that fight is done. 100. It has to happen. Me, I think it will. Hey, you want me to read what Tyson Fury said? Let me tell you something. Where is it? Tyson Fury said, I think it will 100% happen. 1,000,000% happen. He knows it's done. Look, Tyson Gypsy King Fury, as of right now, hold on real quick. Let me get back to you. Tyson Gypsy King Fury, as of right now, is in Vegas in training camp. That means the fight is done. Dude, that means that Team Fury said, hey, go ahead, go, get to training camp. That means Team Fury said, go ahead, get to training camp. Hey, get your hand wraps, get your ass in there. Because nobody would send them in there to overtrain. Hey, time running out. Go ahead, take your ass to training camp. Take your cut man with you. Take Jorge with you. Y'all get busy. Hit the Tyson bail. When you in training camp, another thing, Tyson Fury said that he's been in shape. Anthony AJ Joshua, been in shape. All right? What do you guys got to say? Training for who? Anthony AJ Joshua. No chin. Fury cool, but I still got Joshua. Everyone, egg-shaped form. The like button. Yeah, egg-shaped form, the like button, dog. I need that throw the hook song. I got you. Arbitration ruling first. Really? Why do you say that? I've explained it a million times, Eric Johnson. It doesn't matter. Well, here's the thing, Eric. When the fight is done and sealed and set for July 24th, oops, does ShowBizz adult know something? When the fight is announced for July 24th, then tell me about that arbitration. Hey, look, and that's the Black Two Sugars. Then you tell me about that arbitration. What's up? ShowBizz, love your channel. Thank you so much, Gary. Okay. Wilder needs to deliver the right hand. Whoops. ShowBizz, who you got? AJ or Fury? I got Fury. Fury says something. But here's the thing. I got Fury, but I'm not counting out AJ. And someone said, hey, an AJ fan, ShowBizz's partner, one of you, I remember the comment extremely well. You guys, you are probably in here right now. I remember the comment like yesterday. You said, okay, yeah, Fury may beat him. But in the second fight, AJ is going to be that much better. I think Fury may beat him the first time. Fury said he's going to knock him out, and he said he's going to knock him out early. Fury is like, I know I'm going to knock him out, and I know I'm going to knock him out early. When Fury start talking like that, it may be a wrap. And Fury said, hey, I'm 279 pounds now. I'm a big man. He's embracing the fact that he's a big man. It's going down. It's going down. What else you got? Fury looking a bit lean for me. He said he's 279. He looks lean. He looks right. He looks like muscle weighs more than fat. He's looking right. New camera. Yeah. New camera. And really this new camera, your boy, East Coast Sniper. East Coast. You guys, when you got, like my man High Low, ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. Just like my man High Low, when you guys send me a super chat, I count that super chat, I tally all my super chats, and I put it in my business account. And with that, all your super chats, I put it into this channel. Hit the Tyson bell. I have too much integrity to have you guys pay to just put it in my pocket. I make sure what you guys pay for, you see. And this whole setup, it's a lot of money. But I still don't have it right because I'm not a YouTuber. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, but I'm really a boxing analyst. And I'm trying to figure out this YouTube thing. So I'm trying to get this together. What else we got? Like you said, Fury ain't walking through AJ 2.0. He will move around him, outbox, frustrate. I actually have it on decision. Maybe the only person. That's right, Biz. Hope AJ wins. That was a good point. And I don't think you're the only person that says it's by decision. I had everybody like, oh, what did he say? When I said that Tyson Fury was going to knock him out. I did. When I said Tyson Fury was going to knock him out, everybody was like, oh, ShowBizz. Who speaks like that? I keep looking at the display screen to make sure I'm not fuzzy. Yo, Biz, sorry I'm late. Setup looks nice today. Thank you so much. AJ needs to fight Ruiz for the third time. Does he need to? The way he would have had to if Ruiz would have shown up right. But I'm going to tell you this, though. I'm going to tell you this. We could debate this. Tyson Fury said something that piqued a lot of people's interest. He really did. And guess what? I agree. He said a few things I agreed with. Team AJ all the way. Hit the Tyson bell. He said a few things I agreed with. Okay? First of all, Tyson Fury said he doesn't like Deontay Wilder. He said he doesn't like him, okay? He brought up the mediation. He brought up the arbitration. He said he doesn't even know what's going on with that. He got high-paying lawyers that's taking care of that. He's focused on the fight. That's cool. The next boxing voice of YouTube TV, my man. He said those things. But he also said nobody can beat Wilder but him. He said he'll beat everybody else. I told you. Now, I agree with that. I agree with that. But not 100%. But I mess with it. Hit the Tyson bell. I mess with that statement. I rock with that statement. When he said nobody else could beat him but Fury, I rock with that statement. I really do. I really do. I don't 100% agree, but I rock with it. I rock with it. July 9th, Garcia versus, yeah, we already mentioned that, Ed. Yeah, you got to come to the beginning of the show. Fury said that AJ would lose to Ruiz in a rematch. Good point. Good point. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I'm not saying that Fury is always right. I'm saying I mess with that statement. Okay. I'm not saying Fury is always right. Lord knows he's not always right. I just mess with that statement. All right. But not 100%. Let me tell you why not 100%. Because boxing is 90% mental. All right. Deontay Wilder can knock everybody out. He's knocked everybody out. Even Tyson Fury was out for a minute. What I'm saying is this. When you get beat the way Wilder got beat by Fury in that second fight, if that's the last time you were in the ring, egg-shaped form, blood coming out the ear, right? Heavy suit, Mark Breland tapped your water, whatever, okay? If that was the last time you were in the ring, And now you don't have a team yet. Okay. So the next time you're in the ring, you're going to have different trainers in the bank. You're going to have different trainers and that ass whooping in the back of your mind. On top of that, whoever you're fighting is going to have that ass whooping in the front of their minds. They're going to try to lift your skirt. See, it's not just about Deontay Wilder getting back into it. It's also about everybody who fights him from then on out feeling like that they got the blueprint and beating Wilder would throw them at the top of the heavyweight division. All right. AJ is the boogeyman of the division. Fury knows it. How? When Fury's fighting him. Boogeyman means that you don't fight him. They're fighting. Fury. Nobody's a boogeyman there. But you get what I'm saying? All right, and thanks for the super chat. You get what I'm saying, though? So Wilder, we don't know for sure. Coming in, Biz is a big difference with the new camera, looking great. Thank you so much. I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. So you can't say for sure that Deontay Wilder knocks out everybody because Deontay Wilder never been in this room before. He's walked around the house, but he never been in this room before. I give him respect as a 10-time defending WBC champion. So because of that, and knocking everybody out, I mean, can he knock out everybody and beat everybody? Yes, in the bank. Thank you so much. But I can't say for sure because this part of the mansion, this room, this wing, he's never been in before, where on a big stage, he got dribbled off the canvas, knocked all around the ring to the point where people think something must have happened. Now, Tyson Fury said this. He repeated a little bit of ShowBizz, didn't he? He repeated a little bit of ShowBizz that AJ came back from a beating. Yeah. He repeated a little bit. He never quit. No, he never quit. No, Deontay Wilder would never quit. That's why I told you. He doesn't have the best chin. He got the biggest heart. And that means a lot. Hit the Tyson Bale. That's why I say about AJ. He doesn't have the best chin. But every time AJ has gotten up and won, except for with Andy Ruiz, and ultimately he did get off his ass and win in that second fight. Okay, so those boys got big hearts. That doesn't mean they have the best chin. But with that said, Tyson Gypsy King Fury, he says something that this community has been saying. Tyson Fury, everybody hit the like button. A lot of people in here, 620 people in here. Nice. Now Tyson Fury said, he said Deontay Wilder didn't just accuse me of cheating. He accused everybody. He accused the boxing world. He threw Kenny Bayless under the bus. He threw Mark Breland under the bus. Now, these are some cool brothers, man. I mean, Kenny Bayless and Mark Breland are some high respected brothers who are really gave to the sport of boxing in a major way. Mark Breland gave to our country in a major way, winning the gold. The boogeyman was Ortiz. Wilder got him out of there. Victor has defeated you. You're absolutely right. So Mark Breland, the best American amateur boxer of all time. Okay, this guy here, 2-time welterweight champion. This guy gave to the sport, highly respected brother. Kenny Bayless, he threw under the bus. I mean, that Kenny Bayless, he's in that line of Tony Weeks, Kenny Bayless, Steve Willis. Okay, some of your best referees in the world. He threw him under the bus. And then threw the Nevada State Commission under the bus. And then threw the WBC under the bus. Okay, and threw Team Wilder under the bus. All right. So with that said, Tyson Fury is absolutely right. He didn't just say I cheated. He didn't just claim that I cheated. Everybody who say Tyson Fury is a cheater, stop doing that. If Tyson Fury cheated, everybody did. And that's the black two sugars. I'm a boxing fan from Hungary, where nobody watches the sweet science. I was starting to feel like an outcast, but you came, my boxing buddy. Much love. Thank you so much from Hungary. Much love to you. That was one of my favorite comments. No, watching the sweet science on your own. That was one of my favorite comments right there. 100%. 100%. Okay. But with that said, though, I'm about done with it. That's old news. Okay. I'm done. I think Fury's really done. I think Fury's going to fight Wilder again. And I think that may be a part of the arbitration. Wilder wants that fight. He wants to get back. when Fury says, because I'm really still on here. I'm jumped on here late because I want to call the announcement while we're all live. It may not happen. Is there a rematch clause? Fury going to need one? Of course, there's a rematch clause. They're doing it back to back, AJ, and it's a 2-fight deal that they signed. But here's the thing. When Fury gives that countdown, and the countdown's over. Tuesday, today, it's over. Okay, so I'm waiting on that announcement. When Fury says, if we don't have anything done in 3 days, 3 business days, then it's over. I'm moving on. That may have something to do. I mean, there's a gag order. I'm just trying to fill in the gap with fill in my ignorance gap with a guess. So that's never good. But let's try it. They may have a timetable with that arbitration. Hey, man, we're Wilder. I'll sit back and let you and hey, look, you got to pay me to step aside, but you got to promise me that you fight me within a couple months or by next year. So Fury is like, yo, we got to get this fight popping. If not, I'm going to move on to Wilder and make sure I have and satisfy our arbitration with Wilder. That could be the case. Why is he trying to duck Wilder? He came off his couch. He fought him once to a draw and then TKO'd him the second time. Now it's time for undisputed lineal champion. This sport isn't the sport of Wilder. Okay. So for somebody like me who's seen that movie twice, I'm happy I'm about to watch a movie I've never seen before. Okay. I'm talking about a historic fight, two heavyweight British fighters, never to happen for undisputed lineal champion in the 4-belt era. I don't know about you, but I've seen Wilder and Tyson Fury twice. I saw that movie twice. I'd rather see a movie I've never seen before than watch part 3. Okay, so let me watch. Hey, how about everybody else in the war room? We can watch Wilder Fury 3. Let's watch that later. I'm talking about undisputed lineal heavyweight champion hit the Tyson bell. So even if you are talking about Fury versus Wilder, that if you're a boxing fan, that should take a back seat. If you like entertainment, why watch the same thing again? Let that take a back seat. Sugar Ray Leonard fought Roberto Duran. Okay, Duran beat him the first time in a split decision. The second time, Sugar Ray Leonard no-mossed him. He whitewashed him. Nobody needed to see 3, but then they had uno mas. What was that? Late 90s? Late 80s? Something like that. I think late 80s. They had uno mas, the third fight. They did fight 3 times. The third one was further down the road. Let's do that with Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. The first fight was a draw, just like Leonard versus Duran. First fight, split decision, Duran. Second fight, Tyson Fury whooped that ass. Okay? Second fight, Leonard no-mossed him. He whooped that ass. Okay? Now, the third fight, I don't need to see for a while. All right, let's see Leonard versus Hagler. Let's see Tyson Fury versus Anthony A.J. Joshua. And that's the Black 2 Sugars because that's best for boxing. He dominated Leonard. It was a split decision. You need to watch that fight again. Jack Dempsey, that's one of the best fights you can ever see. Don't undermine Leonard in that fight. That was a beautiful fight. If you think that was a one-sided fight, then you need to watch some more boxing. That was a beautiful fight. Duran versus Leonard was beautiful. Action-packed. One of the best fights I ever seen. That's right. That was right. To me, that's right there with the first Ali Frazier fight, which Ali Frazier, I got over that because of that funky knockdown by Frazier. One of the best knockdowns I've ever seen. Probably the best left hook of all time ever landed. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. Tommy Hearns dominated Duran, though. Yeah, that has nothing to do with the comparison I was making. The commentary was biased to Leonard. Okay, Chain with Ice. Let me see. Ngannou should fight White in MMA. Well, they were talking about that, but Dana White understandably plugged a hole in that. They had a press conference that they recorded, Dana White and Francis Ngannou. You heard about that? They were talking about boxing, and then they're going to go in the octagon. They were talking about the square circle, then jumping in the octagon. That's fair. That's fair. But that lets you know where Dillian White is at up here. That guy's insane. Dillian White is at a point where that boy is insane, and you can't help but to love him. Now, I was never a big fan of Dillian White, but how much he just going at it when he got knocked completely out, and the second he got up, he was like, "Where's my rematch?" I was like, I can't help but to respect that, bro. The next morning he showed himself, right? And we know about people getting quiet after getting knocked out. Fury accused Klitschko of cheating. Hypocrite. No. Fury did accuse Klitschko before the fight of cheating, but then he fought him. All right. They made the changes. So he said, hey, look, I think the ring, you did this to the ring, you did that with the shoes or whatever. And then they made the changes, and then he fought him and whooped that ass. I mean, that's a bit different. That's a bit different. Then Klitschko whooping him and TK on him, and then him saying egg-shaped form, and there was an autopsy. That's different there. But you, Eric, I understand you're a Wilder fan, so you're trying your best to figure out. It was with how Wilder responded. A lot of people didn't respect it. You can try to make people respect it, but people tick on their own, right? They tick how they tick. Sorry, Eric, but people tick how they tick. Ortiz, fake boogeyman, good boxer, bad management. Many of boogeymen were fake. Antonio Margarito was the boogeyman when they said that Floyd Mayweather was ducking him. What was he? Okay, that was hand wraps form. ShowBizz, Fury duck Klitschko rematch. No, it didn't happen like that. Are you okay? It didn't happen like that. You know what? I'm not going to explain every single thing. You guys going to have to, you got to Google and read and come here educated. Let me see. Egg form. Big difference between a fanboy. Tyson Bale, please. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Fury isn't on AJ's level. Boy, you sound out your mind. Fury has had 3 world title fights, 2 out of the 3 with no title defenses. Fury has beaten 1 fighter in the ring. Magazine top 10 compared to AJ's 4. Has beaten 1. Okay, to his 4. It's all about levels. Yeah, it's all about levels. My thing is, AJ has a far better resume than Tyson Fury, but as a fighter, that doesn't mean he's not on his level. You know what I'm saying? Look, check this out. Sean Porter got a far better resume than Terrence Crawford. Look, Danny Garcia has a far better resume than Terrence Crawford as a welterweight. Is Danny Garcia on Terrence Crawford's level? So you gotta watch what you're saying. You can't say that somebody is not on their level. You really gotta watch what you're saying. Tyson Fury is the only one out of those guys who's held all the belts. You gotta really peep. Okay. When AJ and Wilder couldn't get a fight done, Fury and Wilder fought twice. Hit the Tyson bell. We don't know how good AJ really is until he beats Fury and then beats Wilder. You feel what I'm saying? Fury is 1 fight away from being the best heavyweight of this era. You get me? So right now, it looks like AJ got to play catch up, because if Tyson Fury beats AJ, he's the best heavyweight of this era. That's beating Klitschko, Wilder, and AJ. Man, bro. I put them on the same level. Big facts, 100%. Fury's best heavyweight in the business. Wilder fanboys are stuck. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Wilder, man. Here's the thing about Wilder. Wilder has fanboys for all the right reasons. Wilder, number one, he took up for Black culture in a way that, as a Black man, Black culture definitely appreciated. The heavyweight champion of the world took up for Black culture in a to this day type of way. Okay, that resonated. All right. So when you talk about impact, you know how Muhammad Ali impacted. I mean, he didn't impact like Muhammad Ali, but I'm just saying how you can have impact on a culture. He did that. Who wins? Marquez versus Cotto. DJ for real. He's younger, he's bigger. But on top of that, Deontay Wilder, my man, loving the new lens and camera, the depth. Thank you so much. You notice everything, huh? Miracle Video Productions. You notice everything. But on top of that, who doesn't love knockouts? So you got a guy knocking guys out again. We ain't seen that since Mike Tyson. That's exciting. All right. You gotta, and then, wait, hold on. Wilder is vastly overrated. Fury got 1 elite win. Wilder is also underrated. There's people that think he's complete trash, and that's not true. But here's the thing that I want to say about Wilder. Wilder is one of those things. He's just like Floyd in the fact that if you're a casual, that's your guy. Now what I'm saying is you can love boxing and that be your guy too. But if you're a casual, boxing is Wilder. There's nothing else. See, if you know boxing, Fury beating Wilder wasn't even a shock. Hit the Tyson bell. Fury outboxing him and doing that first, what he did at first, now walking him down and knocking him out, that was a bit of a shock. Okay, but Fury being better than Wilder wasn't a shock to anybody who knew the sport. All right, if you just know Wilder, if you didn't really know Fury like that, then Fury must have cheated. You feel what I'm saying? But if you understand boxing, if you knew Fury, and also if you knew that Wilder had that 2 month, that 2.5 month turnaround, none of that was shocking, not to me. All right, I saw his legs gone. I was like, oh yeah, I know what's going on because I called it months before. All right. So that's the thing. Wilder, his knockout speaks to the casual. If you don't watch boxing and then you are on Instagram, you see him hitting the guy, knocking the soul out of his body and all those things. All right. You're like, who is this guy? And he's screaming, "Bomb!" And you're like, that's my guy. You feel what I'm saying? So that happens. That happens. I'm not saying that Wilder only attract casual fans, but there is a certain fan that went too far. And you can tell that fan doesn't really know about boxing. Those guys started this whole thing. They just know about Wilder and their feelings were hurt. And it actually resonated with Wilder and made Wilder go, egg shape and do all those things. All right. Which Wilder ain't even that dude. Wilder's a warrior. All right. You just caught Wilder in a vulnerable spot where it was embarrassing. It crushed his pride and he went, ah! All right. But Wilder, he actually a good dude and a warrior. But that's what happens. That's what happens. He spoke to the casual in a way that even Pacquiao, okay, all of the Philippines got Pacquiao better than Muhammad Ali. That's our guy. Obviously, he's better than Muhammad Ali. How many weight classes has Muhammad Ali won a belt in? Hey, he's a heavyweight. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what happens. You clueless fool. Leave the chat to the English. Oh, shoot. Y'all going at it. Hashtag my corner drugged me. Biz should work for the zone. Yo. It's me, Holy Meal, dude. And that's the black. Well, you got me laughing when I snort. And that's the black 2 sugars. I mean, people think I'm on booger sugar anyway, not snort. Like I'm talking about like that, like Urkel. You know what I mean? I already look like the dude. Wilder is a sore loser, no warrior. Maybe you become one. But anybody who chooses to get in the ring and get punched in the face and punch people in the face as a grown-ass man is something. Okay, he did it for his daughter. All right, I never take that away from Wilder. Never. All right, what I've criticized Wilder on was going, egg-shaped form. I was like, Wilder, don't do that. Now where is he? With no respect. I told you guys. Actually, I'm about to go on a rant. Hey, Biz, what's your take on Prime Sugar Ray Leonard versus Prime Pacquiao Sugar Ray? How does that play out? Love your channel, my man. Thank you. I think Manny Pacquiao is busting him up a bit. I think Sugar Ray Leonard is having a hard time, but Sugar Ray Leonard, you want to talk about finding a way and fighting back and being fast and meeting his speed with speed. All right. You saw Sugar Ray stepping through Tommy Hearns. Okay. You saw Sugar Ray going toe to toe with Duran. All right. And Pacquiao, knowing I love Pacquiao to death, but he's not Duran. All right. So I think Sugar Ray Leonard, I think it goes 12. Sugar Ray Leonard is a big welterweight, though. That's another thing people don't realize. He's fast and a big welterweight. And Pacquiao's a small one. Okay, so Sugar Ray Leonard going to beat him. But I think Pacquiao's busting him up a little bit because Pacquiao got that weird timing. And he's throwing them straight. And he's smart, too. He sets you up. If you look at Pacquiao in slow motion, he's setting you up beautifully. Okay, so it's going to be one hell of a fight. Don't get me wrong. It's just, how about this? Sugar Ray have a harder time with Pacquiao than Floyd. I think he outpoints Floyd. He's busier than Floyd. I think Pacquiao, that's a war. But I think Sugar Ray gets him. I think he gets him. Just too big, fast, talented. Good. What was I going to say? Oh, let me go on a rant. Can I get my love now? Huh? Y'all don't love ShowBizz? Wait, hold on. Y'all don't love ShowBizz? Can I get my love now? Can I get my love now? You're right, Biz. Wilder is a good product. He ain't no bum. Right. But I don't think he beats any top 5. See, that's the question. That's the question. Heavyweight, he got beat boxer with effective. That's the question. He would have beaten all the top 5 guys except for Tyson Fury until he got his ass whipped by Tyson Fury. Now people feel they know the blueprint now. You got to, that's what I'm saying. That's why when you look at Razor Ruddock versus Tyson, Tyson versus Razor Ruddock 1, Tyson had to convince Razor Ruddock that he couldn't just Buster Douglas him. Hit the Tyson bail. And that's a fight that demonstrates why Tyson is great. Okay. Tyson came back and Razor Ruddock was talking about doing everything to Tyson. You got knocked out by Busted Up. Now I'm going to whoop you. And Iron Mike Tyson was like, I'm going to make you kiss me with those fat lips. Remember that? Tyson went on. They went toe to toe. And Tyson even had to admit that dude hits like a mule kick. Remember that? So that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Soon as Wilder comes back against who? I don't care who it is. They're going to feel that they can whoop Wilder. So we got to see what Wilder's on. All right. Hopefully he brings Derrick James. He learns a few tricks and he goes back to being bomb squad. All right. But let me ask you guys this. Can you guys say that I'm right? Everybody hit the like button. Everybody please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, I'm giving away this Anthony AJ Joshua boxing glove and this Tyson Gypsy King Fury boxing glove autographed. Don't forget that. Make sure that you type Tyson Fury or Anthony AJ Joshua on which one you want. And they both sponsored by busr.com. Go to busr.com/showbiz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. And I'm going to talk about Jake Paul versus Ben Askren towards the end of this. I'm waiting on the announcement right now. I'm waiting on the announcement because this Fury AJ fight got to be announced tonight. All right. We find out about Manny versus Sugar on ESPN. Nice. Also, we need Sonny Liston on it. I would love that. Let's go. Somebody said not yet. See, I'm getting my sources saying not yet and stuff like that. All right. What was I going to say? Can I go on my rant now? Can y'all say that I was right? Don't hold your breath. Yeah, it's feeling like that. Can y'all say that I was right? All right. Can y'all just say that I was right? I never was hating on Wilder. Never. I was begging Wilder to not go, and I was begging you fans to not ruin the sport. Not because once y'all laid that track and Wilder went over it, he lost all respect. Wilder, I'm a fan of Wilder, and I was saying that is not going to look good. That's not going to look good for you, bro. That's not going to look good for you. Wilder, what you say is, you got me, Fury. You got me, but I'm knocking your ass out the next fight. We got that rubber match. I can't wait to knock your ass out. That is all you need to say. Everything with Mark Breland, if y'all got personal beef, y'all handle that. You get rid of them, bring Derrick James, you get busy, and you work on something new. That's what I was saying. And now look at how the boxing world has responded to Wilder. I never wanted that from Wilder because I'm a fan of his. Y'all didn't get it. Y'all did not get it. And I was going hard on that. Thank you for the super chat. 31-0. If Fury win, he be a undefeated. Oh man, there's so many people in here that now it's starting to fly. If Fury wins, he be a undefeated, undisputed, unified boxer. That means a lot. That means everything. That means everything. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. The winner of this fight is King Kong. Right? The winner of this fight is the baddest man in the world. It's the baddest man on the planet. It's the highest honor. Numero uno. I'm not a Puerto Rican, but I'm speaking so that you know. You know what I mean? But anyway, I couldn't help it. But it's the highest title. Numero uno. It's the highest title. That's it. Look, remember, I got the movie up here, Raging Bull. Remember Raging Bull? When Jake LaMotta was talking to his wife? No, he was talking to his brother. And he asked, what was his problem? And he said, man, my problem is, look at my hands. I said, what's wrong with your hands? He said, I got small hands. He said, I got small hands. He said, I would never fight Joe Louis. I'll never be the heavyweight champion of the world. Meaning, no matter what, I would never be the baddest man on the planet. I'm sorry. When it comes to size, scab booger weight, all the way up to light heavyweight cruiserweight. The baddest man on the planet is the big bad man. No matter what. That's why I said, we always said, Burt Sugar, we love you, boy. Boxing is the glamour division. Boxing goes as far as the heavyweight division. Who's the heavyweight champion? Okay? Tyson Gypsy King Fury is the heavyweight champion right now because he's the lineal champion, WBC champion. But if Tyson Gypsy King Fury or whomever wins this becomes undisputed lineal champion, he is the king of boxing, of everything. And you might as well say the king of combat sports because he's getting paid the most. He's everywhere. Boxing is still at the top of combat sports. It's not, it doesn't have the highest trajectory, but it is the top. All right. It's been around for forever. All right. You know, since Butcher and the Duke. Okay. What's that? 1681. It's been around for 400 years. Okay. So, and it comes back to the UK, which is another thing that's historic. It started in the UK, and then the baddest man on the planet can't help but to be somebody from the UK. Now, that's a story. I don't know why people are not talking about that. Matter of fact, I'm going to force it. We're going to force in this community. The fact that boxing started with the Butcher and the Duke, and it comes back. I mean, I'm from the States, but that's still a story. That's great. That's great. That's great. Yeah, UFC is close behind. But if you look at the top paying combat sports athletes, number 1 was Tyson Fury. Number 2 was Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder was right behind him. And at number 3, at number 4 was Conor McGregor. Number 5 was Canelo Alvarez. That's 4 out of the 5 all boxers. Is coming home. Man, he missed a ton of super chats. Did I? Oh, Lord have mercy. That's my bad. I'm sorry, y'all. AJ is the boogeyman of the division. Fury, no. Wait. That's a long time ago. I got AJ for the win, but it's not going to be easy. Well, the super chat I missed. AJ is in the bank. Thank you so much. AJ is the boogeyman of the division. Fury knows it. That's why he's fighting him. That's why he can't wait to fight him. Like that means that Fury is the boogeyman killer then. I mean, he can't wait to fight him. The next boxing voice of YouTube TV, Team AJ all the way. I don't recall missing a bunch of super chats. But if I did, let me see. I think Common Men. Did Common Men have one that I missed? Or did I read it? Like you said, Fury ain't walking through AJ. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I got AJ for the win, but it's not going to be easy. Let me see. UK invented gloves. Funny. Conor McGregor is bigger than Fury, Joshua, and Wilder. What's a bigger fight? Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 3, or AJ versus Tyson Fury 1? Oh, did you guys see the hold on? Did you guys see the British calendar? The British sports calendar? Did you guys see that? Hold on. I hope the camera doesn't mess up. You guys see that? The British sports calendar. You guys see what's at the bottom? Tyson Fury versus Anthony AJ Joshua, July 24th. What does that mean? Everybody in Britain. What does that mean? Everybody in the UK. Does that mean the fight's going to be in Wembley? What does that mean? Wimbledon. I think someone's made a boo-boo there. Yeah, that was crazy. When I saw that, I'm like, what? Is that tabloid? I think ESBC announcement show is coming soon, very soon. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all in on something. All right. I rock with it. I'm rolling with ESBC very crazy. I signed an NDA. All right, I'm gonna just let y'all know. So there's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna speak on that I know until they give me the thumbs up, because I'm not playing no games. All this camera, all this background, everything could be gone if I mess that up. Ngannou versus Jones may be a bigger fight. What you think? No, I don't think so. Real quick, I do want to say this. British athletes game day anywhere in the world. Oh, that's anywhere in the world. Oh, that doesn't mean Wembley. Well, does that mean that the date is right? July 24th? Yeah, I know. He said that that congratulations, Biz, on ESBC part. Thank you so much. Yeah, Tyson Fury said that they must agree on something, or Tyson Fury is going to move on. You know, that's a solid threat, and I love that threat because those threats, since he's been making those threats, the pace of this been very fast. Which, before I get into what I was going to say next, I'm going to say this: why is everybody tripping like this fight is like taking so long? This fight is one of the most amicable, easiest fights I've ever seen made. This fight is one of the most, this fight has jumped over so many laser beams and potholes. And for me, I've enjoyed the entire ride, and it's been extremely smooth to me. Why everybody act like this fight is like this thing that hasn't been smooth and it's been like nothing but cap? Why do people feel that way? I see the smoothest negotiating process. I'm seeing the smoothest. Am I the only one? This thing's been fantastic. We're 34. Okay, I understand. Made in months versus years. Bro, Joshua shat his pants, but not. I'm with you, Biz. Yeah, Sully. Not just the fact that look, last June, I believe, last year, thank you, with COVID, look, it's been easy for me. Maybe my common sense is just turned too high, okay? My common sense is at too high of a frequency or something. Because for me, when they first announced that they agreed to fight each other last June, Fury said he got to fight Wilder and AJ got to take on Pulev. And then after that, they're going to fight. Well, AJ went on to have a training camp, Pulev, a train. They went on to do what they had to do. Also, there's COVID in a way. On top of that, Wilder and Fury didn't happen. So the mediation turned into an arbitration. And with COVID, which is a huge problem, but COVID, the worldwide pandemic, and the mediation, arbitration, and the mandatories, they still boop, 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 jumping over all those laser beams. And venues are, they have their choice in venues, and everything looks like right on time. Like if Wilder and Fury would have fought and Fury would have gotten past Wilder, they would have hit at this time anyway. This was the natural time. What people thought it was going to be earlier than this? People thought it was going to be earlier than this? How? This makes sense to me. I'm sitting back like, this is amazing. This ain't Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. This isn't Spence versus Terrence Crawford. They've been on a road right to each other. For a fight of this scale, it's come together quickly. Rob Z, that's bro. And if you don't like that, why not? Why? Look, let me tell you something. I bet you right now Wilder loves it. Once Wilder got over the emotions of taking a loss, let me sit back with my kids, man. Let me go visit my family. You know what I mean? Cousins I ain't seen in a minute. You know, let me just brush the shoulders off. Got rid of Mark Breland. You know, let me just, woosah, shoot some guns, get some frustration out. You know what I mean? Because, he believes in Second Amendment for sure. I understand fight speculation, but it seems relatively recent phenomena in the sport. Doesn't seem helpful for fans. It's kind of ridiculous. No, I like that they're talking about it, and getting people thirsty about it and making this a great event for boxing, because once it comes, it blows up. People don't understand marketing. But with that said, YouTube, thank you so much. But I think, I don't know this. Wilder never told me this. And I'll tell you something else about Wilder in a minute. But I'm pretty sure, I would think that Wilder is sitting back like, you know what? I haven't had a chance to fight AJ ass either. I called AJ out years ago. You know what? Let these boys fight. Hell, they can fight twice. Let me go ahead and fight somebody. Let me go ahead and get, a Chris Martin or something like that. Let me fight Martin or something like that. Let me fight a Jog, but he's knocking people out. Let's see what's up with him. Okay? Once they collect all those belts and get all that hashed out, I'm about to go and become one face, one name. I don't see how Wilder isn't sitting back thinking, oh, okay, yeah, let me get busy a little bit, work with my new team, not jump into Fury with no team in place. Let me work with my new team, get a fight under our belts, come back, get all the ring rust from February 2020 off of me. Let me, bam, bombs. Okay, I'm ready. And then take on the winner. Or take on Dillian White. He may have to take on Dillian White. Take him on, do something fantastic like knock out Dillian White and have everybody buzzing. That you want to talk about a big fight. Why mediation? Is it bad for boxing? No, it's just Wilder wanting. He was pissed. You know, he got dribbled off the canvas, and he was. But what I want to say about Wilder is this: Wilder wanted some get back. What I gotta say about Wilder is this: regardless of what people may say about my criticisms of Wilder, which I never understood how you can be that butthurt over what I've said. But Wilder doesn't even, like, last time I spoke with Wilder, dude is chilling. Dude is chilling. So I think he's in a good spot. And I think he's just, you know, what's next? You know, let me get through this arbitration, get to the bag. What's next? And as a boxing fan, I want to see the best event in combat sports. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this real quick. I want to talk about this real quick. Wilder turned down a fight with White. Look. Yeah, the one thing about White was when White beat Pulev, he said he wanted a little warm-up fight in the States or something like that. So right now they're just hyping up the fight. Don't worry. Let's talk about this real fast since it's coming up this weekend. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Oops. Bruh, I cannot believe how I turned on this fight. How I was like, there's only one fighter in there, a fighter against a YouTuber. There's no way in hell a YouTuber beats a pro fighter. Now I'm like, dude, did you see? Oh my goodness. Bro. Now I'm like, Jake Paul gonna beat the hell out of him. I keep seeing Jake Paul knocking out sparring partners and stuff in a fashion that I'm like, I actually respect that. And then I'm seeing Ben Askren hit the back. Now, wrestler, he'll tear you up. You know, mixed martial arts, he'll kick your ass. But I was just looking at him training, bro, on Fight Hub. And I was like, bro, my man in all caps said Ben Askren is a wrestler. You ain't never lied. Hold on. Somebody said something. I keep switching the topics on y'all. Somebody said Biz don't want to say hungry to fight. Manny Pacquiao would surprise us. YouTube. Thank you so much. Is Buzz still fighting Pac? Pac is, I mean, whatever it is going to be in the Middle East. And from what I understand, it was always going to be in the Middle East. Pac-Man versus Terrence Crawford. So if Terrence Crawford in the Middle East right now, he visited the Middle East and he was talking about having a fight. What was it, June 20-something, 21st? I forgot what it was. But he's talking about having a fight. It still sounds like Pacquiao to me. What I was hearing was Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford was going to fight. That's what I was hearing. Okay. And it just still sounds like that. Put some respect on Jake Paul's name. Been saying this. Yeah, DJ, for real, you have been. So for me, I mean, it still sounds like Pacquiao. But it definitely doesn't sound like Sean Porter, which that's disappointing. Like, I wish it was if it wasn't Pacquiao, it was Sean Porter. Because at this point, honestly, I'm not sure if you're a Terrence Crawford fan or not. I'm not sure if you guys have the patience to watch Terrence Crawford fight another. Oh, he was okay back in his day. Oh, he's kind of all right. I don't I don't know if y'all have the patience to go through that again. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it has to be, I would guess it has to be Pacquiao or Sean Porter, but they're saying it's absolutely not Sean Porter. So is it Virgil Ortiz? No. Can it be Boots? I mean, it has to be somebody that is somebody. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I would like it to be. Just for his fan base, especially if you're gonna have people pay pay-per-view for it. So I'm thinking it has to be Pacquiao. But if it's not, I mean, I would like to see the boy in there. Every time you watch Terrence Crawford fight, it's a pure joy. I mean, all he's going to do is show some crazy abilities and knock somebody out in a very entertaining manner. So, I mean, that was my same thing with Deontay Wilder. I mean, yeah, Deontay Wilder, his technique stinks. But at the end of the day, you're probably going to see one of the most trending viral knockouts right at the end of the day. It's just like a Jogba, his feet stinks. Okay, but he knocked my man out. He knocked Brian out as if, I mean, Brian hip, his pelvis was pointing up and his face was on the canvas. He twisted him. You want to talk about getting twisted? Oh, you got me twisted over you. I mean, you can't, I mean, that's exciting no matter how you pill it. So, yeah, all Terrence Crawford going to do is put up an exciting fight and knock somebody out. I mean, how can you be against that? You know what I mean? But with that said, I think Pacquiao's going to, and honestly, you know, if Pacquiao makes a fight out of it, he's one of the greatest fighters, top 10 of all time. If he signs the fight, he's top 10 of all time to me. And if he wins the fight, you know, he's better than Henry Armstrong. All right. But I think the guy has very little of a chance. I think it's like 90-10. I really give I give Terrence Crawford that much of a lean. I didn't give Thurman that much of a lean against Manny Pacquiao. And at the end of the day, I was rooting for Manny Pacquiao, especially after Keith Thurman was just talking religion and just, I mean, I'm like, God damn, like, you know what, Pacquiao, get busy. You know, and Pacquiao dropped him and kicked his mouthpiece out of the stomach, right? So yeah, but this is different. Terrence Crawford's different. Terrence Crawford didn't look like how Thurman looked against Josecito Lopez before fighting Manny Pacquiao. You know, Terrence Crawford knocked out Special K. Kell Brook in a fashion that nobody has ever done. And it took him 2-3 rounds to do it. All right. So at that point, you know, and plus the last time I saw Terrence Crawford, he was as big as Boo Boo Andre. I'm sorry. People not mentioning that. Last time I saw Terrence Bud Crawford, he was standing next to Boo Boo Andre. And I'm like, that's a middleweight all day. But he can cut. So he's going to cut back down to welterweight. Man, you know. Fury called AJ a doser. Is that Windows app funny? Pacquiao winning. All right, bro. All right. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury is a great fight. Tyson schools the weightlifter. Biz, Charlie. Oh, it's my God. Young King is hilarious. Biz, how does Haney do against Linares? He struggles. You know, I love Haney. I love you like a play cousin. He struggles. Linares is a big lightweight, went up, got knocked out, coming back down. He's a big lightweight who's extremely experienced. All right. Beat the likes of Luke Campbell. So Devin Haney beating Linares is better than Ryan Garcia beating Luke Campbell. Right. But Linares got crazy hand speed, was never somebody you can actually count out. First one to drop Lomachenko. I mean, this guy can punch hard, accurate. The guy is fantastic. Okay. Devin Haney had a lot of fights. So he has a lot of fights. He has like over 20 something fights. The guy, to be so young, he's had a lot of fights. So his muscle memory is definitely there. But he's still wet behind the ears. And I think, he's wet behind the ears because somebody experienced as Gamboa was able to last against him and make it look kind of strange, like kind of boring, though Devin Haney one-sided him in a way that nobody ever one-sided Gamboa. But with that said, he's still kind of wet behind the ears, and I think Linares takes advantage of it, and it makes it look tough for a while. Like how Luke Campbell dropped Ryan Garcia. Yeah, it's like scary moments. But Devin Haney, I think, is special. I've always said that. I think he's a special fighter. Special fighter. Like the type of fighter, special fighter. You know how Terrence Crawford is special? How even now, Shakur Stevenson, he's a special fighter. Boots is looking special. There's guys that's like, hey, that's a special fighter, right? Devin Haney is one of those guys. Andre Ward, special fighter. So Devin Haney's looking like one of those guys that once he matures into his body and everything and up here and have those type of wars and those fights, he's going to be very difficult to beat. And I think Linares is that bridge where it's just like he goes over that bridge and he comes out of it like now is uh-oh. So, the winner between Ryan Garcia and Fortuna is going to take on Devin Haney, or the winner between Devin Haney and Linares. I'm not sure if there's a rematch clause. And that was that whole WBC tournament that I was talking about almost a year ago. And they implemented that. And really, for the sake of boxing, for the sake of me, best man wins. I don't give it. But for the sake of boxing, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, hopefully that's what happens. All right. But I don't know if Ryan Garcia gets past Fortuna, and I don't know. I feel Devin Haney has a better chance against Linares than Ryan Garcia versus Fortuna, but I think Ryan Garcia, Fortuna's so slick, man. But I think Ryan Garcia beats him. Okay. If Ryan Garcia blows him up and knock him out, same thing for Devin Haney and Linares. But hopefully they fight each other next, right? Lomachenko is done now. I don't think so. He's about to fight Nakatani, isn't he? That's a beautiful fight. Lomachenko's on the comeback trail. He's nice. Lomachenko isn't that old. He's in the prime of his life. David Benavidez versus Edgar Berlanga. David Benavidez, man. Biz Crawford, weight bully. I don't believe in weight bullies. My argument with Crawford being a weight bully was this: I don't believe in weight bullies. That's boxing. If you can make the weight, make the weight. That's smart, right? If you can't make the weight and your cheekbones poking through and you're tired, but you're dumb. But obviously, if you can, so I don't believe in weight bullies. But the reason why I brought up weight bully with Terrence Crawford was people were calling Errol Spence a weight bully when I was like, then you must call Terrence Crawford a weight bully. If you're going to do a weight bully thing, I don't believe in it. But if Errol Spence is your definition of a weight bully, then Terrence Crawford superseded that. Because that guy's a middleweight, just like Errol Spence is, but he was fighting as low as lightweight and stuff like that. Come on. Hit the Tyson bell. Come on. When you see Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford stand up to each other, it looked like they could meet at 154. You know what I'm saying? So, and Sean Porter. Sean Porter came from the amateurs at middleweight. So that's all. That was my argument. That was always my argument. ShowBizz, which fighter most likely Pac-Man have chance winning, Triple G or Crawford? Boy ain't got a chance. What kind of question that boy ain't, you know what I'm saying? Right now, brother, y'all. Okay, how about this? I am highly underestimating Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Because for some reason, I think he's human. The biggest difference between me and a lot of you is, for some reason, I think he's organic. I think he's mortal and a human for some reason. And because of that, okay, I mean, see Keith Thurman, he beat, and that was very, very fulfilling, but that was still a special case. Even when he beat Broner, that's fulfilling, but that's still a special case. Terrence Crawford, he has to be better than Terrence Crawford. Keith Thurman ain't fought in a while. It's still a great victory. Oh my God. Because of that fight, I definitely put him ahead of Floyd Mayweather pound for pound ever. I did. I do. But still, he hasn't fought in a while. He got rocked against Josecito. It looked like he was about to go. All right. So it wasn't beyond the imagination that Pacquiao catches him and drops him and then discourages him with a body shot. All of that made sense. It actually made sense. But Manny Pacquiao stepping to Terrence Crawford and beating him, dropping him, I can't even, and I got great imagination. I can't imagine that whatsoever. That's almost, I can't imagine that at all. So if he does it, bro, that dude's the best. Father Time can't be beat. But Triple G is done, to be honest, man. Triple G last fight, he looked like, let me tell you something about Triple G in his last fight. If that guy was a prospect, the guy I saw in that last fight, if he was a prospect, I'd be excited about him. And that's the Black Two Sugars. That's the Black Two Sugars. Everybody hit the like button. I'm waiting on this ShowBizz. Did they announce the new boxer in ESBC yet? Boy. Did they announce it? No, they didn't announce it. Boy, I'm telling y'all. Hold on, man. Let me check a source or two Let me see if I can get something early. Y'all see that I'm on. Because I don't want, as soon as I get off the live stream, breaking news! Because I'm about to go to the weight room after this. I'm about to lift weights. Oh, my goodness. Man, this fight better be announced today. I'm not playing. A lot of stuff happens on Tuesdays, man. All right, this fight better be announced today. What else we got? Pacquiao drops Crawford in the 9th. Keep dreaming, bro. Keep dreaming. Oh, you messed up. Oh, you okay. You meant to say Crawford drops Manny Pacquiao tonight. Oh yeah, all right, absolutely. Why? Because he lost the fight. Hold on. ShowBizz can, y'all in the war room getting busy. ShowBizz can in his boots. Oh, can Boots and be the new king at welterweight in the near future. Near future. So that means, can he? Yes. Man, will he? Hey, man, look, man, I'm going to be honest, man. That Virgil Ortiz looking good, man. That Conor Ben is looking good. So we're at a place that is beautiful, even for the immediate future of the welterweight division. Just looking fantastic. All right. They're the biggest of the small men. So you got a lot of talent flowing through the welterweight division a lot. All right. I was okay. How about this? I was more impressed by Ennis versus Lipinet's victory than I was Ortiz versus Mo Hooker. And hold on, let me explain. Let me explain. I like Mo Hooker more than Lipinet's. I do. Okay. With that said, though Ortiz was catching up with Hooker and whooping him pretty good, Hooker knocked himself out. He hurt his hand. And it wasn't one-sided. And I wouldn't expect it to be. I expected it to be a war. All I'm saying is when I visually watched Virgil Ortiz versus Mo Hooker, I was like, and after watching Boots versus Lepinet, this is Lepinet's. This is Lepinet's, bro. Okay. He whitewashed Lepinet's. And I want to say this. All of you who said that he took some clean shots. So I thought it was boxing. I thought people get punched. But number two, you tend to get punched when you're trying to knock the other guy out. In order to be harmful to somebody else, you got to put yourself in harm's way. That's how boxing always was. That's why I always respected Terrence Crawford for getting caught and to knock somebody. I always respected that. If you're just trying to point somebody, you always find yourself never getting touched. And people can like that all you want, but Boots made a statement. Bam, boom, left hook. Hooker probably win if he didn't break his arm. It was a good fight. I think the momentum was Ortiz's way, though. Ortiz was beating him up. He was hurting him. He was beating him up. But with that said, Boots versus Ortiz is a war. That was another thing, though. Virgil Ortiz, I'm telling you guys, dude, the coronavirus is a big deal. And when Virgil Ortiz was COVID positive and then had to take some time off and then retrain immediately after that, I'm not shocked that he just did not have the energy that fight. He couldn't apply the pressure that he always applies. Dude, it affects your lungs. That's why Hamzat Shamayev, I'm like, bro, that's why Pulev come walking into the ring. Remember how Pulev was walking in the ring? Looked like he had to take a shit. It looked like he was holding in a shit. And that's the black two sugars. Pulev came in the ring like, dude, that is, bro, your lungs, you got to give yourself time. So it's not much, but you supported me. I have to send you love in a return, bro, guy. My man, Mr. Names. Thank you so much. Yo. I mean, not Pulev, Povetkin. I'm sorry. Povetkin. I'm sorry. I meant Povetkin. Yeah, Povetkin looked like, bro, he came in. You know, when you have your chest, he looked like Danny Glover. No. He looked like He looked like, do you remember Ghost Dad? Remember Ghost Dad? Bill Cosby, Ghost Dad? I think that's the name of the movie. He looked like Bill Cosby on Ghost Dad. Now that's when you know you gotta take a dump. Thank you for the honest, and may I add, for the honesty, and may I add, this camera setup works for you. You should hit up Fighters Rep on YouTube, my man. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Everything just went out for no reason. Hold on 1 second. Hold up. I'm gonna fix this. Hold on, man. I know what's going on. Oh my god. My bad. That happened to me when I was working on the setup. My bad. Soon as somebody said, "Hey, this setup really works for you," boom, I'm like, "Oh, hold up." All right, man. Look, pay the bills, bro. Yeah. Pay the bills. The lights went out like. Thank God you're back. Yo, I'm just waiting, man. ShowBizz, Kell Brook versus Pacquiao. I like that. I like it. It looked like Kell Brook couldn't handle speed though, didn't it? And Manny Pacquiao still looked like he got some speed, and speed's the first, and legs and speed, that's the first thing to go. You know, it's kind of like what Roy Jones Jr. said. Like, that guy still got speed. He still got feet. In what world? Wilder knocked out the camera. yeah. Wilder like, bomb squad. But as much as I love Kell, Hooker energies were more the same size the other boots, and his guy were out. Pac-Man will beat him. ShowBizz. I didn't get ShowBizz the advice today. Did you see who I predicted the new boxer is? Jamie? No, but I wouldn't be able to confirm it either way. You know what I'm saying? That was ESBC letting me know, hey, that could get cut off, bro. Y'all keep me. Let me see. Biz, I'm betting $50 BUSR on Ben, and I know I'm about to lose. Hey, I've done that. How'd that work watching you, Biz? Can't wait for this. Hey, I'm trying to call the big announcement. Hey, Young King, I've done that. Hey, wait, which fight was that? Oh, it was Francis Ngannou versus Stipe Miocic. I was just like, oh yeah, I lost my 1,000. Didn't I put 1,000 down? I put 1,000 on it and said, yeah. ShowBizz a better way of boxing in the bank. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, ShowBizz advice to the men with women problems. Hey, yo, best life. You ain't lying, man. I have some people say, hey, I'm about to send you ShowBizz advice. I mean, I'm about to ask for some advice, and they never sent it. Or Ms. Biz didn't. I don't know. Ms. Biz been, hey, everybody. Ms. Biz been down with a flu. Shout out to Ms. Biz. She upstairs now, like eating soup. And ShowBizz, will we ever see Bud versus the Truth? Yeah. I think I said this before. That this step towards Terrence Crawford having a pay-per-view fight is a step towards the Errol the True Spence fight, right? I told people this is how you make the fight happen. The problem with Terrence Crawford is he doesn't hold down a pay-per-view. So they got to make sure they have a pay-per-view fight if Terrence Crawford wants the numbers that he claims that he's worth. So this is a business. You prove that you can sell out a pay-per-view. You prove it. And then Errol Spence beats Yordenis Ugas and unify. And now he can't use that excuse. Hey, I'm just trying to unify everybody in a PBC before. Now you got nowhere to go. So I think we're just one fight away. I think they fight end of year. Hit the Tyson bell. I think they do. What's up, ShowBizz? Just got in live and new camera clean, bro. Thank you so much. The camera cut off earlier. But I'm gonna tell you this. That Terrence Crawford versus Bud and this whole conversation right here is exactly what I mean when I talk about how smooth Tyson Gypsy King Fury versus Anthony AJ Joshua has been going. I need to get my ass. I need to get in the gym. They are playing. Look, I'm deflating. Oh, yo, man, I'm deflating. My little pre-workout done wore off. Yo, what are y'all doing? Oh my goodness, what are y'all doing? If I'm in the gym and my gym is an hour away. So if I'm in the gym and I start getting notifications, I'm giving everybody the finger. And that's the Black Two Sugars. As soon as I get back on live tonight, if they announced it and I'm at the gym and I didn't break it, I've been the biggest supporter. Hey, match room, come on. If I'm at the gym, as soon as I get on live, I'm like this here. Yeah, it's a family show. As soon as I get on live, I'm like this here for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to be like, what's up, my people? You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing, dog? You think I'm playing, dog? Y'all think I'm playing? Up off net? Biz versus Bud or Boots versus Ortiz? Well, you know, I'm stuttering. I've given I'm trying to say this right. I've given Terrence Bud Crawford all of the respect in the world. I think he's a fantastic fighter. I think he's the best fighter in the world. Like skillfully. I think Canelo is number one pound for pound, but who's the best fighter skillfully? I got Terrence Crawford a little bit better than him just because he switch hits, just like Black Sun said. I got Terrence Crawford a little bit over him, but I've always said Errol Spence, I think he beats him. When that fight happens, I'm putting money on Errol Spence to win. I'll probably put $5,000 on it, bro. And that's the Black Two Sugars. I think I'm going to bet big on it. I got Errol Spence. Hit the Tyson bell. Thank you so much for the super chat. I still ain't getting no. I got Errol Spence. And then for Boots versus Ortiz, I've been saying this until the Lepinets fight. I told you guys, I think Boots got a higher ceiling than Ortiz. But like 2 years ago, when you guys asked me, I said Ortiz is ahead of Boots now. So if they fought now, I got Ortiz. But I think the ceiling for Boots is higher. Remember that? It's kind of like if Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney were to fight now, I can see Teofimo Lopez beating them. I can see it. But I think Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, I think Shakur Stevenson ceiling, Devin Haney ceiling. You get what I'm saying. I don't need. But I think Boots Ennis broke through that glass ceiling, how he beat Lepinets. Because I was starting to suspect that Boots was getting bored in there. Remember I said that? I said Boots going to whip the hell out of Lepinets. When people were like, hey, that's going to be a good fight. Even my boy, Brent's my guy. Me and him, we hardly ever disagree. And when we disagree, we do it respectfully. But he said that Lepinets is going to be a good fight. I said Boots going to beat the hell out of him because I was beginning to suspect that Boots was looking closer to, oh, he's doing pretty good. He was looking closer to that than spectacular because he was getting bored in there. It's hard to get up for a fight when you know you're going to whoop ass. But this fight, he's like, this one, he's too big, too athletic, too gifted, too smart, too agile, too skillful. I said he's going to put all of that out there and beat the hell out of him. And sure enough. So I think he broke through that glass ceiling. And now, if you ask me now, I got Boots slightly ahead of Ortiz. Slightly. And Boots will smoke Ortiz easy. Easy, you're just talking. But he'll beat him. But here's I got Boots. I don't know if he'll win. I got Boots. But here's my thing, and I'm gonna have to go. I gotta hit the gym, dog. I got to. Like, the pre-workout wore off, and I'm actually starting to catch attitude. But before I go, when it comes to Boots and Ortiz and stuff like that, Conor Ben shed some light on everything. Now, we can say the wars that Samuel Vargas had with Errol the True Spence, Danny Swift Garcia, Amir Khan, which was a war. And as of late, Virgil Ortiz, you can say those wars, because Samuel Vargas fights everybody. He fights them all. He's, like I said, he's one of those guys. I watch him all the time. He fights everybody. You can say those wars took something out of him a little bit, but the way Conor Ben whooped the hell out of Samuel Vargas, it shed some light on everything. On everything. Oh my God, did it. Oh my God, did it. Okay. So I think we got to start talking about Conor Ben. We got to start talking about Conor Ben, man. Yeah, that's the egg-shaped form. ShowBizz, who has a better chance with Armstrong, Duran or Leonard? Well, that all depends. Leonard at welter and Duran at light. I think Duran would be nice at welter too, but I think Leonard has a better, you get what I'm saying? He got a better chance than Duran at welterweight to fight Armstrong. And, Leonard wasn't a lightweight, but Duran at lightweight was almost untouchable. I would love to see Armstrong versus Duran at lightweight. There's not too many fights how many of you guys watched Henry Armstrong? That guy is entertainment. Fighting, brother, that guy is entertainment. He's skillful and aggressive as hell. He's like, can you imagine Sean Porter, but way better? That's what he was. All right, man. Look, I'm about to bounce, man, because let me get some of this Black 2 Sugars. I can't believe this, man. I cannot believe this. It's 2:00. All right, so I'm gonna have to be at the gym, and then whenever I get whatever notification, I have to make a separate video tonight. I'm being lazy. ShowBizz Adult, thank you so much, man, for showing up. Thank you so much for subscribing. I see I got a lot of subscribers after this one. That was fantastic. If Crawford loses, is the Spence fight back at 60-40? If Crawford loses, they won't fight. If Crawford loses, he loses his belt. I'm out. Huh? Did you talk Ryan Garcia? Yeah, I did. Respect. Thank you so much. Boots will beat Ortiz 8 rounds to 4 in my eyes. 8. That's very likely. That may be accurate. That's very likely.